Good morning, learners. How are you? We are going to read another story, story number two. Its name is Heidi from Illustrated Classics. Heidi في بلاد العجائب. As we've done before, كما درنا سابقا, we are going to read, listen to me, then repeat after me, and next time we are going to translate the story to get new vocabulary. بتهزوا كلمات مفتاحية. So we start. This is Heidi. Heidi was a 5-year-old orphan Swiss girl. She lived with her Aunt Diti, but Aunt Diti wanted to focus on her job. So she took Heidi to live with her grandfather, who lived in a house in the mountains. He decided to live farther down the mountain in the village of Dorfli because he had a fight with the villagers. He was known as Uncle Up. Heidi and her grandfather were nice to each other. She lived happily in her new home. Heidi's grandfather was a kind man, but he did not trust anybody and said that Heidi could not go to school. Heidi went to the fields instead and spent enjoyable hours with Peter, a boy who took care of the villagers' goats. Heidi loved to visit Peter's blind grandmother, called Granny. 3 years later, when Heidi was 8, Aunt Diti arrived from Frankfurt, Germany, to see her. Aunt Diti took Heidi to Frankfurt to be friends with Clara Seisman, a 12-year-old girl who couldn't walk. Aunt Diti hoped that Heidi would learn something in this new environment. Clara, her father, and her grandmother became very fond of Heidi. Only Miss Rontmeier, the housekeeper, did not like Heidi because she had old clothes, could not read or write, and did not have good manners. The housekeeper believed that Heidi did naughty things, such as going out alone and bringing stray kittens to the house. Heidi became more and more homesick as time passed by. She did not like Miss Rontmeier's strict rules. Heidi became lonely and sad in this strange city. Clara's grandmother noticed Heidi's sadness. She gave the little girl a picture book that had different stories in it, so she could learn to read. But Heidi was still unhappy. She began sleepwalking. Miss Rontmeier was very frightened when she saw her sleepwalking. She thought there were ghosts in the old house. But Clara's doctor, Dr. Klassman, found the right solution to Heidi's problem. He told Heidi that she should return home quickly, so she went back to the Alps. Back in the mountains, Heidi told her grandfather about everything she had learned. The old man was happy and she wanted to live in the village during the winters so that Heidi could go to school. The following summer, Clara, her grandmother, Mr. Seisman, and Dr. Klassen arrived from Frankfurt to visit Heidi. Clara stayed with Heidi in her little house on the mountain. Heidi showed her the beauty of the fields and the mountains. But Peter, the shepherd, was jealous and angry with Clara. He thought she had ruined his friendship with Heidi. So she pushed Clara's empty wheelchair over a cliff into the valley below. The wheelchair was broken, but Clara wanted to see the flowers, so she started to walk without it. Clara's grandmother knew why Peter had pushed the wheelchair down the valley, so she forgave him. She also knew that Peter was sad, so instead of punishing Peter, she gave him money. The kind and grateful Seaman family gave presents to Heidi and Peter's blind grandmother. Heidi and Granny thanked God for all the good things he gave to them. This is the end of the story. Thank you for being attentive. attentive and attentive. Goodbye.